All right, hey there. Welcome back to Mr. O's remote learning classroom. We're going to continue our study here of events that led up to the Civil War, particularly with the idea in mind of sectionalism. And here's really going to point out that different idea between the North and the South. So, really, what we're doing is we're comparing the regions of the North and the South to hopefully give us some clues as to what led up to the Civil War. What you're going to do is notice that there's two links down at the bottom of your assignment. The first one that I would recommend that you take a look at is the words to know. And when you click on that, what it's going to do is it's going to bring you to a Quizlet deck. And that's going to give you a bunch of options to take a look at some of these terms, some of which you might know, some of which you might not. But I highly recommend to get in there so you can have a better understanding of the content that you're going to be responsible for in this particular assignment. Once you've taken a look at those words, you're going to notice that there is a second link there that says enter here, and that's going to get you into the actual assignment. Now, of course, you want to make sure you read the content on the first page along with the directions to help make sure you have an understanding of what the expectation is for this particular assignment. Now, once you've clicked enter here, it's going to take you into a virtual art gallery where you're going to notice there's a bunch of pictures relating to this historical idea of sectionalism. Once you look at the picture, you're going to want to click on the caption below, and that's going to give you some information about the topic here in terms of being able to visualize some of those things. You're going to notice there's also a video that you can watch along with a question that you're going to want to ponder once you've gone through the different bits of information there. Then you're going to click on the arrows, and that's going to walk you through the gallery, again, making sure that you're clicking on the captions, watching the videos, and thinking about the questions provided because you're going to be responsible for this information. Once you get done, it just gives you a quick reminder of what you need to do: observe the pictures, read the content, watch the videos, and of course, ponder or think about the questions. Then you're going to click on the caption below, and it's going to give you three options. Three review options, and then you can go ahead and take the test. The first one being Fling Mr. O. So if you want to have a little fun and some games with your review, click on that one. It'll bring you to a game where you will have the opportunity to answer 15 questions. Once you've answered those 15 questions correctly, noticing there's some options for help down at the bottom. Once you've clicked on those questions, at the end, it gives you your final score and it gives you an opportunity to fling the teacher. And then you'll be able to play that for about a minute or so, and just a fun way to kind of shore up your game. Now, if that's not your gig, you can go ahead and go to the old school PacMan. It gives you a few different options when you go to this one. PacMan being the most popular, but what you're going to notice is that there are some other options there for games. The one I'm going to show you is PacMan. You answer some questions, and then you play the game. So it's kind of an incentive for you to play a game and still be answering some of these questions all at the same time. So once you've answered a question correctly, or a series of questions, it brings you to the old school Pac-Man game. So you go through and have a little fun playing Pac-Man. Now, if neither of those float your boat, there's an interactive map. Now, what's cool about this is it highlights on the map some of the different things that were talked about throughout the art gallery. It shows you the regional differences, what is considered the North and what is considered the South or the Confederacy. It tells you about the different populations that lived in these states. It tells you about some of the economic differences through some of the pictures. Who has more railroad? Who has more farms? Who has more industry? Who has more of an agriculturally based economy? Those types of things. So that'll help you visualize where these things were, and you can draw conclusions from that. Now, when you feel comfortable having reviewed that, of course, you can go into the quiz, take the quiz, then check your feedback. Every time you hit submit, it's going to give you some feedback, and that'll bring you back to the review games just in case you didn't do so well and you want to get familiar with that information again. So there you have it. You're taking a look at comparing the North and the South. Of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email Mr. O. Otherwise, ask your teacher. But you want to make sure that you are familiar with some of these differences that made up the North and the South in the lead up to the Civil War. Remember, be safe, be healthy, and wash your hands, everybody. Signing off, Mr. O.